Hi everyone, I'm here with my medication update. I've been meaning to post about this for a while. I know in my first video I revealed my diagnosis and I said I will do a follow-up video to let you guys know how my medication is working. Well, so far so good. I mean, feeling positive. The episodes are still coming. I'm 60 days in, I think, with my medication, so 2 months. And I talked about my first episode that I noticed, which was pretty rough. I remember saying that even with taking the antidepressants, my monthly episodes would still come. And this month, it came a little later than expected. But I think it was much less hormonal this time and more so situational stresses. I did get down in the dumps on Friday just because I've been stressing over childcare and trying to balance childcare with work. I'm sure you guys know how that feels. So, but in any case, I did recognize that, I was feeling low. I asked for what I needed, which is very important when you're going through this, to have a partner who understands what you're going through. And luckily, Anthony is on board. So I told him, I said, I need some time off today. How can we make this work? So he reached out to his parents, grandparents. You need your village to support you when you're not feeling your best. Took Alana to Nanny's house. And she spent the evening over there and gave me time to do my own self-work. I took advantage and did some journaling. I read some books. I meditated. I took a shower in peace. I lit some incense. And I have like aromatherapy stuff to help. I did all of that. So I think it was a great approach that I took this time. I'm learning how to take care of myself when I have those episodes, and it's very important to know your limits and to ask for help and ask for what you need. So I made sure that I took action when I recognized how I was feeling, and that seemed to help greatly. I needed that time off to kind of recharge. Sometimes we just go and go and go and go, and then by the time we look up, we're like exhausted, battery on E, and you can't even like keep going, and it's not a good situation. So it's important to take a minute and say, okay, I need this time. I got my full rest that night and I felt so much better yesterday morning. It was like night and day. A lot of times people don't understand depression. They think like, oh, just think positive thoughts and you're gonna be fine. Just keep pushing through. The reason I'm doing these videos is because my diagnosis was kind of a relief for me, because I could understand that it's something that was out of my control, and now I put a name to it, and now with that knowledge I can kind of reorganize my life and ask for what I need, so that I don't get too stressed out, too irritable, and in turn end up affecting my family life. We've been learning that when I am in a low point, the whole family suffers. I have low energy. I don't really feel like cooking. And luckily, my fiance understands now that, when I get that way, it's not that I'm choosing to. It's something inside that's not allowing me to, do as much as I usually do. So, as far as the medication, though, I think it's the best decision that I've made so far, because I see such a great difference in my depressive episodes. They're not as intense as they used to be. I can still manage no matter what happens. Like, work has been stressful, but I've been able to, get through each day without ruminating and having racing thoughts in my head and letting things get to me like the way that they used to. sometimes I would get upset and then be upset all day, as if that's normal. Like, girl, that's not normal. You need to get over it at some point. So definitely see a difference in that with my medication. I'm able to laugh between stressful moments, and that was not something that ever happened before. So since I made my first initial video, a lot of women like myself have reached out to me telling me to keep going, to keep talking about this. So I know that this is important because our community doesn't really like to talk about this or address this, and there's such a negative stigma when it comes to mental health. So I'm really like trying to take advantage of May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month, and make some more videos to talk to you guys and help you understand that depression isn't, this huge taboo topic that we shouldn't be discussing. It's important to talk about it. We should be discussing it because if you're not happy, then what is life, right? And mothers are the center of the family home. So if you're having difficulty balancing it all without, losing your mind, then it's important to take a minute to talk as a family and, decide what you need, whether it's 2 hours to yourself, 1 day out of the week. Ask for it. We need to start being comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I know, men and women think differently. And women think of everything that men don't think, and men are thinking about everything that the women aren't thinking. Like, men are not thinking about cleaning up the house and everything that you have to do in the household. And, women, that's what we think about. So it's hard to kind of bridge the gap between the two, especially when you're not talking about the things that you're struggling with. So being able to have a team dynamic and saying, like, look, I'm struggling today, I need this from you, and having your husband or significant other, jump to the occasion to help you out so that you can be your best self is everything. But I am loving myself on this medication, and if it means that I would have to take it my whole life, it's worth it because I'm so happy, and my daughter gets to see that I'm happy, and my fiance sees that I'm happy. So it's been a positive change for me, for sure. And so I just want to leave you guys with, if you feel like you've been struggling, be open to therapy, be open to medication, try it out. If it doesn't work for you, then it doesn't work for you. I do hope to get to a point where I'm not dependent on my antidepressants, but in the meantime, I need to work on kind of retraining my thought process. My therapist and I were working on that. She gave me a sheet that kind of lays out a situation. So like, she would have me write out the event, what happened. Oh, Anthony pissed me off, or my job pissed me off. And how did that make you feel? Oh, well, I was angry and I wanted to spaz. And then after that, it's like, why did you want to spaz? So what is it, So it's those kind of exercises kind of retrain your brain. So it's not just dealing with the hormonal, like the medication treats the hormonal depression, but these exercises that she has given me help me retrain my brain so that I don't go to my learned behaviors. Like, if I get upset, this is my usual thing. So it's kind of like interrupting the pattern of thinking, which has really helped. It kind of makes me pause and take a step back. Like, okay, am I overreacting about this situation, or how can I find a way to address this without causing chaos or affecting those around me? So that's been really helpful too. It's important to find a balance, not just, go and take your medication. No, you have to do your own self-work too, and kind of retrain your brain and your thinking and your usual patterns of dysfunction, right? So I'm so glad I get to share with you guys and talk to you guys. Don't worry, mamas out there that are reaching out to me. I'm going to keep doing this. We got to keep pushing. We got to keep doing better. We got to keep talking about this. Depression looks differently throughout, it looks different on everyone. For myself, I was just super irritable. Let things get to me, spiral, spaz. That's my MO, right? Other people get heavily depressed, lay down for days. So it has many different faces. Just be open to getting some help and talking about the things that you struggle with. I'm going to keep pushing for you guys. Have a happy day. See you next time.